I call myself the traveling messenger because that's all I do and that's all I'm interested in. I'm traveling around Australia, exposing myself to nature and sights, and according to my age, I reflect on all of that to make sense for my own life and possibly for yours. There are many of us travelers on the road, and many of them can give perfect technical advice. That's not my topic. That's not why I'm on the road. The reason why I address you at all is because I love life. Not in the sense of holding on to it, but in the sense of understanding the inspiration connected to it. So let me, if anything, inspire you a bit. I started being inspired pretty early in my life. And almost since then, I've been practicing silence. In modern terms, you would call it meditation. And there's many cultures which have come up with all sorts of techniques to follow. Well, let me refer to what I said in the beginning, namely that I let myself get inspired by nature, by seeing the sights and having delights. I found that really it's like being inspired by life itself and realizing that what we're after, we already have. Of course, there are kind of riches and there is a wealth that can be chased in the material world, in society, in the system of a nation. But at the same time, to be successful in that field, we should be close to nature, we should be close to ourselves and what and who we are. And in relation to that, there is no path in the sense of I can make it or I won't. The Eastern traditions have come up with many reliable techniques to follow. I found that although referring to them, say for instance, being close to your breath is certainly not a mistake. We meet other people, we get triggered in our emotions, and suddenly we realize that we are in that very moment and that the breath flows in and out rather than losing ourselves in the thought that we are having about the situation. We refer to ourselves. We come back home. And we realize that the opposition, the one that we are talking to, the one that we are reacting to, is actually closer to us than what we formerly thought. It's not about opinions. It's not about my opinion against your opinion. It's all about the present moment of life that we are sharing. And if in all of that we can retreat and just exchange a minuscule amount of love and understanding, then we have succeeded far better than making sure that our opinion dominates. We are not our opinion. Our opinions change with every day. Of course, there are some that last and that are connected to our morals and all of that, and that is okay. But we don't ever have to defend them. Not to ourselves and not to anyone else. So that is a first thing I found to be true on my travels. Behind me you can see the Murray, and of course it's a beautiful sight to be. Silent nights, at the moment moonlit nights. What a glorious, glorious life I'm living. And I feel that gratitude necessary. I absolutely feel it. So at every end of every video, every contribution that I make, I will give you a little bit of an insight about where I was and what it was like there. I show a few pictures, I take a few videos and add that to the episode. If you want to see that, great. And there's one thing I would like you to do, if possible, if you feel like it. Add a comment. Of course, a like and a subscription and all of that. Yeah, it's all wants to be paid for. But if you just leave a comment, I would appreciate that very, very much, because that enables me to get in touch with you, to know who you are, to know whom I'm addressing. So enjoy the ride. I'll be back in a few days. Here you see the campground and its rising hinterland called Myrtho Forest Landing near Renmark in the Riverina of South Australia. I'm free camping and enjoyed to spend a full week on the Murray. From the elevated hinterland, one gets a far view over the Murray and its widespread flat country in use to grow wine and fruit for the world. One has to say the world, as its product is received far beyond Australian borders.